So I was at UCLA the other day getting my eyes checked for my upcoming cornea transplant, which I am so excited
Yeah.
about. Yes, I'll be able to see like maybe 2050 instead of 2400 out of the I'm super excited about that. So Ian couldn't pick me up for my appointment. He did take me in the morning, but he couldn't pick me up because he had to go to school. And so I get an Uber, and this Russian guy shows up. Okay, his name was like Rudolph or something like that, or Rudolph or something like that. Anyway, this guy's just like chatty Cathy, like, how are you? And I'm from Russia. And I said, oh, I'm Ukrainian. And he turns around and goes, I could tell you were Ukrainian. You just have that face. And Ukrainian women, they're strong, they're beautiful, they're outgoing. And then he said, here, I give you 2 pieces of gum. I said, okay. I said, why 2 pieces of gum? He says, because you got nice, healthy teeth. And I have nice, healthy teeth, too. And I'm like, this is like the weirdest Uber driver. And so I actually opened up the app to hit the safety thing just in case what to happen. Okay. And so when I get to the house, I said, thank you so much, Rudolph. I mean, it's been a fabulous, this was an 11-minute ride. Okay. This is great. And he says, is this your house? And I said, yes, it is, as a matter of fact. I said, I live here with my entire family.
They're right there.
They're huge.
And he says, well, I want to ask you for date. I want you, Uber driver, just part-time job I have in Russia. And I said, I'm like, okay, and I don't want to be rude or anything. And he said, we go to Russian-Ukrainian restaurant in Glendale, not too far from here. I come pick you up, of course. I'm like, no, Rudolph, I am like happily married. And he goes, oh, darn it. Oh, American girl. He says, so how old are you? And I said, Rudolph, you have to know something about American women. You never ask their age. Okay? You just don't ask their age. And he says, well, he goes, I 48, you 42. We perfect age.
Trying to sell you on it.
I said, okay, Rudolph, just have a great day, Just have a wonderful time, And then in my email the other day, I got this. I shared it with you, Allie.
Yeah.
I wish you were single. You're a beautiful lady with smart sense of humor. Your husband is very blessed to have you. If you're ever single again, please let me know so we could get to know one another. Okay.
Did you save the email address for later, just in case?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Just like reach out to him and say like, thank God you wrote me. Just so excited. I've been waiting for this for my entire life. All right. No, I am happily married. Just want to let everybody know, But what is the absolute best dating app available? Anybody? It's not Tinder. It's not Bumble. It's not Plenty of Fish. It's Google Calendar. Yes. I know. Hey, listen, it's Friday. That means it's another exhilarating episode of Kim Komando Today. Now, just a reminder, this is not the Kim Komando show that you hear Monday through Thursdays here on our podcast, Kim Komando Today channel. That's heard on over 420 top stations throughout the United States, 175 different countries. And I love this, 200 ships at sea get the Kim Komando show on the American Forces Network Radio. And you have to brace yourself for yet another action-packed show, because joining us, yes, is not just me. We have the dynamic duo over at Komando.com. And first up, we have our amazing content queen, Allie Seligman. Hello there, Allie.
Hi, Kim. I have good stuff today. Facebook might owe you some money. Most of us. I bet we all qualify. Yeah. And my favorite way to walk down memory lane these days.
Ooh, that's always sweet, isn't it? Yeah. So nice, so nice. And then, of course, we have our magnificent millennial and our very own internet scout who tells us what the heck's going online that we need to care about is our very own Matthew Heffel. Hello there, Matt.
Hi, Kim. I'm going to talk about a new study on social media and coworkers, as well as how to find accurate reviews on Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always a good one. Hey, listen, if you're a fan of Kim Komando Today and you're looking for, to up your game and you want the visual element of your listening experience, just tune in to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Kim Komando. You can watch all the action unfold right in front of your eyes as we record each and every episode of Friday's Kim Komando Today. All right, we're going to start with the news. And I'm going to go first, of course. And, the cryptocurrency crashed. Did you guys lose any money on that?
I didn't.
Yep. Uh-huh. Kim, you never ask a lady how much money she lost in crypto.
Crypto. Is that it? Well, I'm still holding on to like $700 worth of Ethereum just in case.
Nice.
You never know what's going to come back. I mean, if Elon Musk would just follow that instead of Dogecoin, then we might have something.
Oh my
But anyway,
gosh.
during the whole crypto craze, there was all these MLM and these pyramid schemes that would come out. And they had really big following on YouTube channels, and they had, webinars, and then, they would encourage people to bring their friends in on these different opportunities. And I want you to listen to this clip. He's the CEO of MaxSpread Technologies. His name is Michael Vaines. And tell me if you think there's something off about him. We're actually going to listen to 2 clips. Here's the first one.
It's no secret that the successful start of an MLM company directly depends on what kind of people become the first partners of the company. We started working on attracting leaders even before MaxSpread Technologies entered the public space and have not stopped it even for a minute after the company's pre-launch.
No.
To date, we have successfully negotiated with leaders in several
That's
dozen
right.
countries.
Okay, so he goes on and on to talk. This is a big YouTube channel, big YouTube following. He goes on and talk about these different opportunities, and he's showing like MaxSpread Technologies in front of like these big audiences, and people like saying, "Yes, this is great, and I'm going to make my fortune." Okay, here's one more short clip.
We can't talk about this product right now,
No,
but you should know that this is something incredible. Just imagine a completely decentralized product that is both online and material, which can be used and literally touched by every MaxSpread Technologies partner. This is
know you
literally a
can't
new
see-
level.
I know you can't
Our
see
market
this
has
guy,
never seen
Michael.
anything like it.
But let me tell you, he is a trustworthy looking guy. I mean, he's bald, but you can see like he's graying. He's probably in his mid-50s. Nice shirt, nice jacket. And he's really, really into Bitcoin, and he comes across very credible, like somebody you'd want to invest in and give him all of your money because you want to have wealth and prosperity and Bitcoins all around the world. Now, here's the surprise. Everything that you just heard, everything that if you were to see it on the YouTube channel, is 1,000% fake. 1,000% fake. Michael is an avatar. Even though he looks like a person, this whole voice that you heard, that's all AI. That's an AI voice. So these companies were going out during the crypto craze and just putting up all these fake things in order to create tens of millions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was all just a complete farce. I mean, you heard the guy.
Yeah.
He didn't sound like, well, we are going to talk about Bitcoin. That wasn't it anymore. So a regulator in California just slapped 5 companies with these cease and desist letters because you can still find these videos online. You can still invest in these companies.
Oh, my gosh.
And they're accusing them of using AI, obviously, to trade crypto assets and make these insane profits. Well, for them, of course. So just a reminder for anybody that anytime you see an MLM on the internet advertised, I think the advice is just to run away, right?
As you can.
100%.
Yes, do not invest in this. I mean, it's always going to take a ton of work for you to become wealthy. It's not going to be this overnight get rich quick scheme. I mean, let's say that you fell for a pyramid scheme online. So you could say that you got Egypt.
Yikes.
I know. I'm sorry about that. All right. So, Matt, let's talk about coworkers and social media. That's always kind of like this awkward spot, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But I wanted to start out with a quick question.
Okay.
Have you ever had to take down a photo or been asked to take down a photo or had to ask somebody else to take down a photo on social media?
No.
No?
I will say I'm pretty private and I don't post much.
When I was much younger, there was a time when I did. But what about you, Kim?
Well, there was a picture of me online with a certain staffer here at the show who, before this picture was taken, accused me of sexual harassment.
Oh, geez.
Okay. And he was a 60-year-old male. And this is about 10 years ago. And, Barry's office is right next door to mine. Okay. And so he accused me of, I just like really weird stuff that I don't understand. And then he also said that I was discriminating against people because I only hired women. And well, first of all, we had to tell him, show us the proof for the sexual harassment, of which he had none. And then he said about all the women, we did a whole census. And I remember the number. The number was 79% male.
He was just mad there were any women, frankly.
Yeah.
I think he was mad that he was he wasn't performing on his job, and he felt like this would be a quick way out. So anyway, so there was like one of these like happy company get-togethers with me standing next to him. I'm like, ooh, we're taking that crap right down. Okay, like right down.
Absolutely. And a lot of people feel that way, that if something is online that's embarrassing, you reach out to get it taken down for myriad of reasons. It could be something like that, where it's a legal thing or that person's not good anymore, what have you. But sometimes it's just because you don't want your coworkers seeing that, right? Maybe it's just, you're at a party or you're doing something silly online, right? Well, a new study came out that talks about the relationship between social media and coworkers. And I'm going to preface this by saying there are numbers involved. So we're going to have to go through some numbers, but I wanted to make it fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a few of the questions and I'm going to get your guys' responses, and then I'll tell you the results of the actual study. So are you connected with any of your coworkers on social media? I know, Kim, we all follow you on Instagram and Facebook, but
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if you say yes, you're actually in the minority. 63% say they do not connect with coworkers on any social media platforms for the reasons that we just talked about.
Yeah.
And so social media can impact us in all our lives. Do you know anybody who has posted something online and gotten in trouble for it at work?
Oh, I've read a million stories about. I'm not sure I know anyone that actually has.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I can't think of a time when there was anybody like that was on our team and
Sure.
I had to say, whoa, that was like not something good.
Yeah.
And that, again, there's 25% of people that say that someone they know or one of their coworkers has been disciplined for something that they've posted on social media.
Wow.
Now, the crazier thing is 10% of people, 1 in 10, know someone who's gotten fired for something they've posted online.
Man.
Which
Wow.
I didn't think it would be that high, but that's a lot of people.
It is, yeah.
Now, what do you do if you do want to be friends with one of your coworkers online? Well, the study actually answers this question. There's a few criteria that need to be met that majority of people, 64%, believe need to be met before you become friends with someone, a coworker on social media. So the first one is you've discussed it before actually sending them the friend request in person.
Do you want to be
So you
friends?
just can't just show up in their, Facebook friend requests.
Yeah.
The second
Okay.
one is you have to have socialized outside of work. So gone and got a drink after work or gone and got dinner. And the final one, you have to have known them for at least 3 months. It can't be a coworker that just starts that day and then you're like, oh, I'll add you on all social
Show me
media
your
platforms.
life.
I know. This little hottie shows up for her first day at work.
Everyone wants to be your friend.
17 friend
Whoa.
requests.
Oh, that's funny.
So, the study is really fascinating. I think that it's a kind of a good play to not get coworkers on social media. I try to avoid coworkers on social media. It's just kind of keeping the private life and the work life separate.
Well, and I think like some people might be offended by that.
Sure.
But just a reminder that like it's not about you.
No.
It's probably because that person is just a private person and they want to keep their work and their private life their private life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Before social media, you wouldn't like go up on Monday morning or Sunday night and say, hey, look at me drunk on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see it's my grandma's birthday?
Yes, exactly. All right. So Allie, Facebook, big settlement this past week. Are we all going to get rich?
Oh, we are all going to make,
Cha-ching.
I don't know, $5 or something. It won't be much, but I guess it's something. Before we get to that, this was shocking to me. Maybe you know this, Kim. I bet I'll fool Matt. What is the biggest ever class action lawsuit settlement? Anybody know?
I feel like it's in
I don't
social
know that.
media.
Is it social media or is it Mattel?
It was it was well before that. It was in 1998. That is your only clue.
Microsoft?
America Online?
No, it's not tech. It's not tech.
Oh, it's not tech.
No.
Hollister.
Tobacco. The tobacco settlement.
Oh, tobacco.
A $206 billion settlement. This was paid mostly for medical-related costs for people who got sick smoking, right? But if we look at the big tech settlements, they don't really touch anything like that. Kind of a drop in the bucket, honestly, which we can get into in a little bit. But right now, Facebook is going to be paying out $725 million.
Whoa.
Of course, it's because of privacy, right? The lawsuits, there are a few. They allege that Facebook shared data from users and their friends, so not even, directly users of the platforms, with third parties without telling anybody. And then they didn't keep track in any way of how these third parties use the information. So they just said, here you go, and left it at that. They got slapped for it. Again, $725 million. That, of course, is before about 25% of that will go to lawyers, because, of course, and then the rest goes to all of us. How much can you get paid? Depends. We don't know the numbers yet because it will depend on how many people apply for, how many people apply for the lawsuit. That depends on how many people submit claims for the lawsuit. And it depends on how long you had a Facebook account. It's pretty interesting. It's actually like this point system. So for every month that you had an account from May 2007 to December 2022, you get points. And then the money gets split up that way accordingly. So if you only had an account for 3 months of that, you're going to get a lot less than somebody who had it the entire time. The lawyers expect 250 to 280 million people will be eligible for payments. Not to say
Can
all
we
those.
get all of them to sign up for our newsletter?
That's actually the submission, the thank you page, if you want to protect your privacy on Facebook. You have to submit a claim by August 25th. 2023, we will give you lots of reminders, especially as that date approaches. But if you're thinking about it now, you can go do it. If you search komando.com for Facebook settlement, you will get the direct link where you can put in your info. You just have to put in what dates you had a Facebook account, and then you are automatically part of it. You don't have to do anything else. If you do nothing, you won't get paid. You can also opt out if you say, I'd love to sue Facebook myself later. Sure, go for it.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, drop in the bucket, right? It's nice that Facebook is getting in trouble for this, but it's kind of more a slap on the wrist, this amount of money. $725 billion sounds like, oh my gosh, I can't even fathom that much money. But last year, they made over $116 billion. Oh. And keep in mind, this was like a year when they're like, oh, we're not doing so well over here. So this lawsuit is just 0.62% of their total revenue last year. So it's
nothing.
Truly is a drop in the bucket, yes. There have been bigger ones. Probably the most notable was when Facebook had to pay $5 billion because of the Cambridge Analytica stuff. That's when they got slapped the hardest. This was a pretty big one. Uber in 2018, they had to pay $148 million because they had a huge data breach and didn't tell anybody. But, that's kind of the theme we see. Not like this tobacco settlement where it's, $200 billion. Yeah. For the most part, these tech companies are just kind of, okay, fine. That's the cost of doing business.
Yeah, you know what? That's absolutely right. It is. It's just the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you heard, but Facebook is about ready to launch its own email client. It's really amazing. Yeah. And all emails are going to be flagged. Mark has read.
That was good, Kim.
That was really good.
Hey, listen, stay right where you are because we're going to talk about what you should do if you accidentally hit 911 on your phone. Matt has a great trick to find out if that online review is real or fake. And if you ever want to visit your childhood home, well, Allie's got the steps for that. And of course, we have that incredible, amazing joke at the end that you don't want to miss here on Kim Komando Today. Hey, we're thrilled that you're joining us here on Kim Komando today because let's face it, every single thing is now a tech thing. And if you want to keep your tech game up, here's what you need to do. Join over 400,000 people who get our free email newsletters that are just freaking incredible. I mean, they are amazing. They are the best product, I think, on the entire internet. Hands down. I mean, and I know I may be a little biased, but, we have 14,000 folks that have given us a thumbs up. and I don't know, 300 losers who gave us a thumbs down. So, but the odds are still good. So to sign up right now, head over to komando.com/subscribe. That's komando.com/subscribe. Or what's that email address? Getkim.com. That's right. You can sign up by going to getkim.com as well. All right, I'm going to go first. So let's say you're messing around with your iPhone. The next thing you know, that you accidentally called emergency services. So your first instinct is like to do what?
Hang up.
Yeah.
Hang up. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Here's the deal. Is that emergency services are saying they're getting bogged down in missed dials. And if you hang up and you dial 911 or if you hang up after you dial 911 rather, is that it's causing a lot of hassle because they actually have to go try to find you to call you back, right? And so what you want to do is stay on the line, explain, hi, sorry, I'm Joe Loser. I didn't mean to hit 911. So you just want to make sure that you just stay on the line and just apologize for what you're doing. Now, we like to talk and we like to joke a lot here on the show, but 911 is something that we can't joke about. But there is a joke about 911 that I can say. Now, Matt, you could not do this joke in front of anybody ever.
Okay.
This is something that, if you try to repeat this joke to somebody, you're going to get slapped.
Ooh, okay.
And although you might like that, but that's a whole nother thing. Okay. Then, of course, Allie, you could say this joke.
Okay.
Okay. I can say this joke too. Okay. Are you ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't the blonde dial 911? Why couldn't the blonde dial 911? Because she didn't know where the 11 was. Okay. So if you're blonde, you can say that joke.
Yep.
Okay. So Matt, you can't.
I mean, I'm close. It's not quite, but close.
Matt,
no, not close enough.
No.
Oh man,
This is something that you just want to just forget you ever heard.
Yep.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't even hear anything.
Yeah.
Slap.
Okay. So fake reviews, Matt. Tell us how we find out.
We've all been in that situation where you are online shopping on Amazon, you see something that you really want, and you're like, oh, this is perfect. It's got great reviews. It's got 14,000 5-star reviews. I'm going to buy it. And then you buy it and get shipped to you. You open it up, you use it for a day, and it breaks, right? Or it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, or it is just crap, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's because a lot of those reviews, and we've talked about this before, could be fake reviews, could be bots, could be sold reviews, or what have you. And it's hard to be able to spot those yourself. Well, there's a really handy tool that I use all the time, and you should be using too. It's called fakespot.com. Now, what this tool does is it analyzes all of the reviews under that single product, and we'll find out whether they're bots, whether they're fake, whatever it is, and we'll give it a score. And that score will tell you how accurate those reviews are and how good the product actually is. So it might have 10,000 5-star reviews, but if you put it into this analyzer and it tells you that the rating is a 2.4 and it's a C or D minus, then it's probably not a good product. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to fakespot.com and you have two options. You can either download the extension for Chrome, which then when you're in Amazon, it'll automatically read the reviews in the site page and will give you the ranking. Mm-hmm. Or if you don't want to download the extension, on FakeSpot, there's an analyzer tool itself, and you could just copy the URL from the Amazon product into there, and then it will tell you whether it's good or bad. And anything I found that's below a B is not good. And it'll tell you why, too. Underneath that, it'll say, the reviews for this are fake 60% of the time, or the majority of these reviews are saying negative things, or what have you. So it'll tell you exactly why it's giving it that rating.
Matt, you use this enough
really
too.
Handy.
You've said that I am shocked at how many things are like D's and F's.
Yeah, that are 5 stars on Amazon. And I'll be looking at it and I'm like, this looks great. And I read through all of the reviews and I'm like, oh, it's great. And then I get to the part where I go and put it in HubSpot and it's like F. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it happens like 9 out of 10 of the products are Fs. So
Crazy.
You know what? We should do something on the site about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
And to do fake review or not.
Oh yeah.
So to have people guess to see, they can look at all the reviews on Amazon and then they can guess, is that real or not?
That'd be a fun little quiz.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I think it would be. That's great, Matt. Okay, so Allie, how do we see the house that we grew up in?
So fun. Are you two nostalgic people?
Yes.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. And I'm one of the nostalgic cry people. That's me. My house was built, the house I live in now was built in the 40s. It has changed a lot over time. No, Google Maps does not go back to the 40s, but it does go back like 15 years. So you can see your house now, what it looked like back then, or the house you grew up in. You can see how it, what they've done to it over the years. I definitely spent way too long looking at all my friends' houses and my parents' house and my house, and it's so fun. It's actually really easy to do. I think it is easiest on a computer, and you can see more detail. So I'm going to say you do that. Go to Google Maps and then search for an address, and then a little photo pops up above the address. You click that, and in most cases, it will just open up a little box that says see more dates. If it doesn't, you'll see something that says Street View and 360. Click that, and then you'll see it. So again, you're going to click that little see more dates, and then at the bottom, you'll get a whole little slideshow from years past every time that Google took a picture of your house. Mine goes back to April 2008. Now, in my front yard, we have this enormous tree stump that's just like hard to fathom how big this tree was. Well, I've seen it on Google Maps. It was huge. It went across my whole yard and like half the neighbor's yard, which must be why they cut it down. Yeah, it was this huge, beautiful tree, and I can see like, oh, it's there. Oh, that's when they cut it down.
So sad.
So sad, yeah. But it's really so fun. So just go to Google Maps, search for your address, and then click the photo, and you'll be able to see probably like 15 years back. It's really fun.
Now, if you want to go even further back, I did this, I don't know, about a week and a half ago, is that I grew up on 111 Washington Avenue in South Amboy, New Jersey. Okay. And so I was like, that's like, I didn't grow up there the whole time, but I lived there from like birth to like probably, I was like 11 or 12. And then we moved. Okay. So I was like, I wonder what the house looks like. So I went on Zillow. And where the house was recently sold for like, I don't know, $300,000 or something like that. And I remember my parents telling me like they spent like $40,000 in this house. So anyway, but because of Zillow, you get to go inside the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I sent that to my sister, and she's like, "Oh God, they took the wall down between the kitchen. It looks so much better." So anyway, so if you ever want to do that, just go to Zillow and you type in your address, and it's actually kind of cool.
It's also fun to see, like, looking back, because it has the whole MLS data, so you can see, like, how much the house has sold for over time. And it's really funny to see, like, ooh, they shouldn't have done that, or like, oh my gosh, why didn't I get it for that? Yeah, that's fun.
I was surprised it wasn't worth more money. I mean, considering all the time that has passed, I thought this thing would be worth at least like $500.
Yeah.
So maybe what I need to do is I need to write it, figure out how to send them an email or actually write them a handwritten letter and say, you could charge more if you tell people I grew.
True.
Maybe
I think you
there you
should.
go. Hey, listen, if you like quick tips like this, make sure that not only getting the Kim Komando Today podcast, you're getting our daily tech update every single day. You get one tech life hack and one great news story. And so wherever you get your podcast, just search for Komando with a K and make sure that you subscribe, follow, get the daily tech update. All right, coming up, I have a new motivating tech way to make sure that you're exercising the right way. Matt has a weird story about some Instagram cat named Ludacris.
Yep.
And Allie, you're going to up our tech life for sure. And then don't forget, we have a joke at the end that you don't want to miss. Hey, listen, if you're ready to take your tech game to the next level, we have a brand new newsletter that we're going to be rolling out in a new format here shortly. It's our Tech Life Hack. Every afternoon, you get the latest and greatest tips and tricks to help you upgrade your life on your devices and your gadgets, from smart homes to smartphones. So make sure that you sign up right now over at komando.com/subscribe. And this way we can level up your tech skills together. That's komando.com/subscribe. Okay, here's my what the heck headline of the week before we talk about what's going on the internet. New Marvel game has Avengers yelling at you when you work out. Okay.
All right.
I mean, wouldn't you want the Incredible Hulk as your very own personal trainer?
Seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Think about that. He's got this incredible physique. I mean, you would want that too, right? And he's motivational. He's angry. He gets you going. So for all you Marvel nerds out there in front of your TV playing video games, you can get the inspiration that you've always wanted, what you've dreamt of. You can now have the Hulk grunt at you when you take a jog. Here, let's take a listen.
Runner, I'm with you. Keep going.
It's kind to scare him.
I'm motivated. I'm ready to go.
I'm going to run from him.
I was listening to that. I'm like going, oh, that would be like too frightening to me. I'd rather have like the little Peloton girl on my outdoor.
You can do it.
You can do it. Okay. The app will track you how far you want to run away from enemy chases, and you do get chased by enemies, so you have to speed up to avoid capture. There are customizable stories, and it costs. How much do you think this costs a year?
A year.
$9.99.
$25.
$75 a year.
What?
Whoa.
To get scared?
I know.
Nah.
No, I'm not thinking so. That's not something for me.
No.
You know, Disney did tweet out that they won't be making any new Marvel Universe movies, but the tweet was cut short because they just ran out of characters.
Matt got scared on that one.
Hilarious.
I saw your face, Matt. You're like, what?
Don't tell me
What's
this.
going on? Okay, since you hang out on the internet, tell us what's going on there.
You know, we've talked about famous animals on social media in the past. Remember, we talked about Taylor Swift's cat who makes millions of dollars on Instagram?
Yeah.
All right, well, there's a new cat in town. It is a 6-year-old hairless Sphinx cat that goes by the name Nudicrous.
Oh, so it wasn't Ludacris. It was Ludacris.
You knew who it was based off of, at least. I mean, it's based
Amazing.
off of the rapper Ludacris. But because it's a hairless cat, they wanted to kind of fit the word nude in there, right? It's a
course.
nude cat. Well, it got really, really popular on social media, amassing hundreds of thousands of followers. Because it sleeps in weird positions. So it would be underneath a bed with its arms in the air, or, you know, it'll just be in weird positions. But also because the cat has a lot of personality. I mean, it likes to wear accessories. There's tons of pictures of this cat in wigs and with cool necklaces on and all that stuff. And it'll knock
now,
over.
Wait, I got to stop you right here.
Yeah.
So this is a hairless cat.
Hairless
right?
cat, yes. Nudicrous.
Now, okay, do you, I mean, what do you think when you see a hairless cat?
I don't want to touch it.
I've pet one. We have friends that have 2 hairless cats. They feel so weird. Yeah, I'm allergic to cats, so I liked the naked cats a lot more. But yeah, they feel really weird. Yeah.
It's like a
Because,
seal.
you know, my old next door neighbor has 2.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I'd go over there and like these 2 things are jumping around the house and jumping up like on the fireplace.
They
and,
don't look
one
like
jumped
cats.
on me. And I'm like, ew. I'm like,
They're like little gremlins.
yeah, they do. Exactly. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're
you, Matt.
good.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what was going on with that?
I too share your disdain for nude cats, but the internet tends to disagree. And so, yeah, hundreds of thousands of followers. Now, it did get into some controversy lately. So, a few weeks ago, the cat, Nudicrous, as I will say over and over, got banned on Instagram. And so Nudicrous's owner went on Instagram, was like, why am I banned? What's going on? And the message she got from Instagram was, it said, content may contain nudity. So
Yeah, and
so she fought back and said, no, there's no nudity in this. And so she got it reinstated.
It's a cat.
Then a week later, banned again. Same reason.
yeah, I can
contains
make
nudity.
a really bad joke about a nude something, but I'm not going to go there.
Yep.
We won't go there. This is a family program.
Yes.
Well, this has happened now 3 times to her, and she ended up starting an online petition to stop her Nudicrous cat from getting banned on Instagram. So this online petition already has 15,000 signatures.
I'm going to go sign.
If you want to sign this and keep Nudicrous online, go ahead and go sign. I think it's hilarious.
Let's do this, Nudicrous.
Naked kitty cats. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hey.
Yeah.
The internet is a strange
Nudicrous.
place.
It is. Hey, speaking of social media, we don't have strange stuff happening, just like good, nice stuff. Follow us on social media. Wherever we are, wherever you go, we are at Kim Komando. At Kim Komando, wherever you go on social media, make sure that you follow us, subscribe, leave some great comments, good stuff like that. Again, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, you name it. It's all at Kim Komando. All right, coming up, Allie's going to tell us how we can up our tech life. And then we have a joke at the end. And Matt, you're on tap for today in scale 1 to 10.
You know, I'm going to lower the bar a little bit. I'm going to say it's a 6.3. But I did tell it to our IT geniuses, John and Jeremy, before the show today. They enjoyed it. So it wasn't, I got the approval. I was nervous because it's a little bit of a different kind of joke, but we'll see how you guys like it.
Okay.
Did they laugh?
Yes, John liked it especially. He specifically said, "I like that kind of joke." So,
all right, okay.
It sounds like John. I like that.
Like that. All right, so you don't want to miss that. So don't leave us now. Hey, it's Friday's edition of Kim Komando today. Just a quick reminder, you can watch all the action unfold right in front of your eyes as we record this podcast by heading over to youtube.com/Kim Komando. That's youtube.com/Kim Komando. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment. All right. So not only are you our amazing content queen, Allie, you seem to be coming up with all these tech hacks lately. What's going on?
Yeah, the thing is, Kim, anyone who knows me well knows I'm a bit of a perfectionist. That little laugh from Matt. Yeah, Matt knows.
Both Matt and I are going, yeah, do that. Okay.
I just like things to be right, and I like things to be good, and I think they can usually always be better. And that applies to my life as well and my tech. And so, yeah, I've always got something where I'm like, you know what? I don't like that. I'm going to find a better way. Or, you know what, this really sucks. Let's make it something that doesn't suck. My most recent was, you've both heard me complain about this. I've been having some carpal tunnel. And here was kind of the instigating incident. So if you don't know, if you have your wrists tilted up when you're typing, bad, really bad for all those nerves and, everything in there. And that can really inflame it. Well, I tried to make myself a new standing desk at home. It was too high. And so I was tilting my wrists, and I did this for maybe about a week and then realized, oh no, I have really messed myself up here. And if you've ever dealt with, bad hand or wrist issues, it takes a while to go away.
It does.
So I did the, sleeping in a brace, which does really help because then you can't fall asleep on your hand weird. But man, it just kept bugging me. And so I realized a few things. So if you are the person that's always like, ugh, my wrists after a long day at work or, a long week, I gotcha. Okay. Your keyboard height is so important here. Like I said, you can't be tilted up. Tilted a little bit down if you're a bit higher than your keyboard is okay, but really you want to try to go for neutral so that your wrist is flat. It helps to get those little, those wrist protectors that you can put in front of your keyboard. Those help. Keeps everything aligned. But that placement, super important. I have noticed for me, this is so funny. If I type on a regular keyboard, like at a PC, or like at a desktop computer, I do better. If I'm always on my laptop, it's worse. And here's why. Because I end up using my thumb on the mouse pad. And you know how you kind of strain your thumb around to click things? Yeah, it makes it so much worse for me. So having a full setup with, a real full keyboard and a mouse can really help if your wrists are bothering you. Take some breaks. If you find yourself takes 2 seconds to just stop and turn your wrists a little bit or, give yourself a break off of them. But a couple little changes, I'm feeling so much better.
Oh, good.
Thank goodness. There was a day, seriously, I woke up at 3 a.m. My wrist hurt so bad I couldn't go back to bed. Ugh. So doing a lot better now. If you are having some wrist pain, send us a note. Maybe I can help you out with your ergonomic situation.
That does hurt. I guess, we were in the new studios and I don't know, I guess I was just typing, doing a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. And I remember this pain going right up my arm. Yeah. And I was like, oh no, this is how I make my living.
I know. That's what I thought too. I type for a living. I have to be able to do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should put together a whole list of this stuff.
I will.
Because you're right. I mean, because when you do go on Amazon, and there are just so many different options of what you should buy. And then, you get the brace and then this type of brace and this type of gel pad and then a gel pad for the mouse pad. I mean, you're
my gosh, gel everything. And, there's all kinds of stuff you can buy, of course. There's ergonomic keyboards and those vertical mice and all kinds of stuff. My husband has the craziest keyboard. If you want to see something nuts, Google it. It's called the Moonlander. Oh. It's 2 separate pieces. All the keys are perfectly aligned with each other. Every time I type on it, I feel like the world's biggest idiot because it's so weird. But you can go that far. But really, for me, just flat wrists, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Or, just take some Advil.
Sure, fine.
Yes, exactly. All right. So, we have forgiven you for the joke, Fupa. Okay. We have.
I know. I'm taking another risk today. I took a risk once and it bit me in the butt, but you know what they say, if you got to keep taking risks to really get ahead. So
is there a punchline?
You'll see.
Oh.
Okay, that's not a good sign.
All right. So there's a kid and he's getting ready to go to prom. He's very, very excited. He's asked out the most beautiful girl he's had a crush on all year, and she said yes, so he wants to give her the best night possible. So first thing he does is he goes to the tux store. He's going to get a beautiful tux, and he's excited. So he gets there, and there's a line out the door. He's waiting in line for an hour. Finally, he gets in. He gets the most beautiful tux, pocket square, everything. Next, he goes to the florist, and he wants to get a corsage and a bouquet of flowers. But when he gets to the florist, there's a line out the door. He has to wait for hours, just waiting in line, waiting in line, waiting in line. Next, he's like, I got to go get a limo. So he goes to the limo rental place. And when he gets there, there's a line out the door. He has to wait for hours, waiting in line, waiting in line, waiting in line. Finally, he gets the limo. He goes and picks her up. And on their drive to prom, guess what? They get stuck in traffic. They have to wait in line more. Finally, they get to prom. And as they're standing around waiting to get into prom and then finally get inside, they're going to get a drink. So he goes up and guess what? There's no punchline.
He did it again. This monster did it again. That's better, though. That was better.
That was a good one.
It was better than the last one.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's on the edge.
It's on the edge. Yeah, it took a risk.
It was
but
funny, though.
It was good.
It was funny.
so if anybody's listening and you'd like to replace Matt as far as the goes on the podcast, please reach out to us.
Any magnificent millennials out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's tons. All right, so this part of the podcast. Before we leave, we like to give folks a little goodbye present and to-do list. Where are you at with that, Al?
Go to Google Maps, look up an address, yours, one that you used to live at, and it's just so fun to take a little walk down memory lane. It takes a couple minutes, and I think you'll be glad you did it.
And Matt, what about you?
You know, before you buy anything on Amazon, run it through the fake spot analyzer. It really helps to weed out those bad reviews.
And, jokesrus.com's pretty good.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
No, it was okay. It was okay.
It was a 6.3.
Yes.
Maybe. Depends. I know, but I'm a little tough. I understand. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to drop us your questions on the website, that's the easiest way, Komando.com. And there's a link in the upper right-hand corner that says email Kim. And, we welcome any of your questions. Well, not any. We did have a gentleman ask me to send me a pair of my used red pumps recently for his shoe collection. And specified that he would like size 11. Yes. I'm not a size 11, just to let you know. Again, that's Komando.com. The upper right-hand corner, there's a link that says email Kim. Tell 3 folks about our podcast. We'd love you for that. And thanks for listening. We'll see you here again on Monday with Kim Komando Today from the show, and next Friday with all of us here at the Kim Komando Today gang.